Good morning, guys. Welcome back to No Redemption Outdoors, and we are at the gas station this morning, getting ready to fill up for a road trip with the Silverado. Some of you may know I have the new 1500 Duramax, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a Road Warrior version today. We're going to be going about 4 hours north to the Traverse City area on a day trip for business. And so I'm going to gas it up and top it off. I'm going to zero out the computer. I'm going to measure how much gas we use on this trip, and then we'll do a final calculation, see where we land. So with that, stand by and follow along on the trip. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reset the computer now. So we'll reset best score and we'll reset distance. I'm just going to go ahead and set it to 400 miles. And I believe that zeroes us out, fellas. So here we go. All right, guys, this is a real quick look at the dash as we're going up the freeway. I have the adaptive cruise control and the lane assist turned on, and it's pacing the traffic in front of me. And if I wander, out of my lane, it signals. If you can see the heads-up display, you can see those indicators, the line markers, and also the bars there that indicate the distance that we're tracking. So I really like this feature, by the way. It works great, and I think they're going to be adding this to more and more of the vehicles as a standard option. So there you go. All right, fellas, another quick update. We have we're about halfway now on our trip, and we are averaging 20.8 miles to the gallon. That is, I think, if I switch to the 50-mile average, which is a kind of the more accurate one, I'm overall averaging 21.6 with my best being 24. Now that is at 80 miles an hour, and I know that as we keep going on the trip, that mileage will keep improving. So we'll keep checking it as we go. But sun's up now finally, and I will check in shortly. Here we go, fellas. Bit of an update. We are on the return trip, and as you can see, it is snowing. That is Michigan for you. But this is the update on our overall mileage. We're at averaging 25 over a 50-mile course. I think on a 400-mile average, it's closer to 22. But that's only 250 miles. So once we get closer to 400, that average will come up to be closer with the 50-mile average. So we did about, 150 miles of freeway. We've done about 100 miles of driving around in town and around, and now we're headed back on some rural roads. We'll be back on the freeway shortly, and I expect my overall average by the time it's said and done to be north of 25 miles a gallon, which even that's kind of less than I might have expected. But all right, that's the update for now. All right, guys, time for another update. We have now turned 394 miles. We're about 50 miles from home, and right now we're sitting at just 25 miles to the gallon so far over 395 miles, which isn't bad, and considering that I've averaged north of 80 miles an hour most of the way, I regard that as pretty good. So by the time we get home, I expect that'll be north of 25 average. And the way I drive, I find that to be a win, because in my other pickup, I guarantee it would have been probably 15 miles a gallon. So I'm pleased with that. And I have had a bit of a white knuckle experience today, so with the snow. So all in all, it's been a good trip, and I'm very pleased. So the next stop will be the gas station when we fill back up, and then I'll do a little bit of math, and we'll compare it to the computer. Well, best laid plans, guys. I literally turned the camera off after that last update, and within about 3 minutes, we found ourselves in this solid traffic jam. We're just north of Flint, and it seems from the app I looked on my phone that there's an accident ahead, and I'm beginning to see the emergency lights ahead. Looks to be about a half mile up, so hopefully we'll get past it here pretty soon. But while we're at it, we're still at 25 miles average over a 400-mile span. Actually, it's almost 400. Well, how far is it so far? We'll flip through here and you can see some of these screens. 420 miles, and we've averaged 24.9. And again, up until this point, let's just say I was making good time. So that's I'm happy with that figure. Okay, I'll check in again once we finally get through this and back to the gas station. Woo, it's a cold one, boys. I'm just filling her up right now. It's kind of nasty weather out here. Just be a couple minutes and I'll jump back in the truck once it's full, and we'll do a little bit of math. All right, fellas, here is the windup. Apologize for the lighting, but as you can see, I'm sitting here in the truck and it is dark out, and I just have the lights inside the truck. So let's do a wrap up here. And so here are the final calculations according to my figures. We have, let me read this off here. We had a total of 452.6 miles traveled, and I refilled with 16.826 gallons. So I divided that into our total trip mileage. 452.6 divided by 16.826 worked out to 26.89 miles. 26.89 miles to the gallon over 400 and some odd miles. 452. Now the computer says 24.8. So we did better than the computer. I factored in all variables. And so all things considered, even at the 24.8, I have to tell you, I'm very happy. Given the way that I drove today, I would dare say that is very good. But in doing the math, it has been that I've seen this on just about every video where people do this. The actual numbers are better than what it says. So the computer seems to underestimate the true mileage. So there you go. There is the summary, guys. And with it, I'm going to wrap this up. This is a long enough video as it is. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to settle in for the evening. I may edit this up tonight, maybe tomorrow. But I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you get up to the video, I'll link it above, for the 3-minute grab bag giveaway. Get over there because I want you to win. And I think with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Get down there and subscribe. Hit the like bell. And until we meet again, take care.
Jag är somalier och jag rappar mina rötter, ey. 15 000 det är bara mina fötter, ey. Jag är somali, rappar Mali.